Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongdoing. Love does not delight in evil, but it rejoices with the truth. It always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, it always perseveres. Love never fails, love always wins. Good afternoon, collective. I am QUAN, and this is I Have No Cut Cards Summer. How are you all doing this evening? Somebody is completely closed off to you all emotionally, but you never guess the reason why. This person is completely closed off to you emotionally, and I feel like I'm talking to someone that has a very heightened intuition. Okay, you could either be a high priestess or you just have a very heightened intuition, because that's what came out. Whoever this person is that's closed off to you emotionally, this is someone that you met in your past. This is someone you met in the past that you might have dated, either dated or was in a relationship with. But at the time that you interacted with this person, they didn't know who and what you were. And there is a side to you that you kept hidden from this person, okay? They knew that some aspect of you was spiritual, but they did not know that you were not like a high priestess, like for play, like little play high priestess. They didn't know that you was the real deal, real thing, real deal Holyfield, okay? And you kind of kept some of your identity hidden from this person. Now, what's interesting is I always will open the Bible to the right page or a book to the right page, or I'll watch the right movie or video, and it usually is going to line up with something that the reading is about, or, you get a message or confirmation. We get messages and confirmation through things that we see in media, through sometimes things that happen around us. You run out of toilet paper, or you'll get spiritual messages. A feather could float to you, or suddenly you might see something that you didn't see in 30 years that's familiar, that only your grandmother introduced to you, and out the blue you'll see it in a store or somewhere and never see it again. You understand? You get intuitive nudges and messages through things. So I was watching, interestingly enough, a lot of those African folklore stories, okay? And I've been posting them on my page for other people to subscribe and look at them that have a similar interest to me, okay? That enjoys watching them, because there are good lessons in there. But interestingly enough, there were two in particular. One I did not post, the other I did. One was of a young man that grew up in a village, and his parents died, and he was abused by his uncle's wife and family. But he knew how to forgive. He knew how to forgive, and his parents taught him how to be kind and loving. But his uncle and his uncle's wife taught him how to be cruel and unkind. And something really touched me, and it was confirmation, because I've been having a little bit of a struggle with forgiveness myself. And hey, we're human. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you got people trying to kill you every single day, and some of them are your blood relatives, just, hey, we got to forgive. We got to forgive so we can release it. I didn't say go around them. I didn't say help them. But you have to forgive the human. You have to forgive the human. You understand? Universal love. That means you are able to see something from a higher perspective because you might be higher spiritually ranked. And especially if you're operating on a higher vibration, close to mastery, you have the bird's eye view and with consciousness. You understand? So some of your family members might be younger souls, okay, that have not yet developed empathy and compassion and other things, and they might not even have spiritual eyes yet. They might only be functioning on an animal level, on a carnal natured mind, animal mind. So they don't have universal love like you do. So with that forgiveness thing, it's like it's not even personal with one person. You're looking from a higher consciousness and point of view where you're in a human body and you're stuck there. You understand? And you're battling against your animal mind versus your God mind. And it's not easy, especially if you're a younger soul that has not acquired as much experience and time and mastered as many lessons as an older soul to master certain things like lust. Lust is very hard to master, okay? Lust, greed, anger, a lot of these things are things that are very hard to master. And survival instincts, which make you the animal mind, carnal natured, operate like an animal out of your logical mind. And you are bound to that when your soul is trapped inside of a human body. You understand? And you have empathy for that because you're looking at other humans on the planet that might be younger souls. Oh man, you don't see it and you lack awareness. And you lack awareness, you don't realize you're creating more karma, and you're too spiritually blind to see that you're not going to be able to get what it is you're trying to get, the route you're going. And it looks like you got trapped down here too. It's almost like, imagine a jail or a prison. Yes. I was trying to find a way to describe this thing with forgiveness. Between an older soul that's more spiritually evolved and a younger soul, okay? How we should look at forgiveness, okay? Imagine you committed a crime when you were younger and you went to prison and you got life in prison, okay? Now, you serving out a life sentence in prison, you've been there forever. Along comes a little 20-year-old and they just got a life sentence in prison too. Now, they're 20 years old. You 60 years old in prison, okay? You in prison, you 60 years old. You done learned a whole lot of lessons. You done come full circle. You realize how proud you were in the past and the mistakes that you made and how you wish you had more self-control and you know what I'm saying? You got some experience under your belt. And you see, because you've been in prison for quite some time now, but you see this little 20-year-old coming into the prison now, and they're hot-headed, and they think they know everything, and they're about to make all the wrong moves and all the mistakes that are going to get them further jammed up. But you're an old head, and you've learned all your lessons. You understand? So you kind of have a certain type of love for that young 20-year-old that just became incarcerated in that prison because you know they're young and they don't know nothing. And this prison is new to them. And they're hot-headed and they don't have control over themselves. They have not mastered different aspects of their character, anger, lust, a lot of other things, greed and other things, okay? So you can look at Earth, this school that we're all in, where we're trapped in these human bodies as a prison. But you've been here for a much longer time, so you got more lessons up under your belt, which help you to elevate your consciousness. But here comes a little 200-year-old soul that don't know nothing yet. Some of them are in your family, okay? And when you see them, they do the worst things to you. They try to have you spiritually sacrificed for money. They stab you in your back. They do all kind of horrible things you could never imagine doing to someone that you love. But how is it that you're able to forgive and not hold on to bitterness and anger and not hold on to negative energy and remain in a level of self-mastery while still keeping your boundaries? How is that? You're able to do that because you see them for what they are, a young soul that's new in the prison. You understand? That really don't get it. They don't get it yet. Okay? And that is how we should view forgiveness. Okay? Oh, you a sucker, you forgiving them. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I didn't say be a sucker for nobody. And I didn't say have an overactive heart chakra. And I did not say do not have boundaries in place. And I did not say you ever have to see any of these people again. What I said is you have to, including myself, you have to forgive and let go. And sometimes you even have to forgive while they are still actively attacking you. Because their goal is to disarm you with anger. But as long as you're a child of God, you know that they can't hurt or harm you. You know that you're protected. You're not in this illusionary matrix. You are being able to see everything from a higher perspective. So you already know that they can't hurt you. So if you already know that they can't hurt you, you have to forgive them even while they're still coming for you. You understand? Because these are demonic spirits that are using people that are unhealed and weak-willed to attack your life. And they entered that person and gained access to them through the unhealed access point spiritually in their mind and body and soul and spirit. Jealousy, hate, envy, anger, unhealed abuse, trauma. This is how the demon entered. You understand? While they're still attacking you, you still have to let go and forgive. And of course, still protect yourself. But just know they can never harm you. They can never do you any harm. That's why even in the Bible, Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. They're on a much lower frequency. They really don't understand how bad their situation is and how worse they're making it and how far they have to come and how many more lessons that they're going to have to go through and that they're raking up more karma. Okay? So there's somebody here that's in a mental imprisonment about whether or not they can get forgiveness from you. Love in the reverse. This person is completely close to you emotionally because you've humiliated them. Because when you either dated this person or interacted with them, you completely showed them the side of you wanted them to see. They did not know how spiritually powerful you really were and what you were. And it reminds me of the African Tale movie I was watching earlier. One of them where the young man, and this is what got me on his forgiveness tip. The young man, he was abused after his parents died, okay, by his uncle and his uncle's wife. They abused him, they starved him, and they made him like their slave. But before his parents died, he had spent a significant amount of time with his parents, and his parents loved him and loved each other, and they were a loving family, and his parents taught him love and kindness. And one day, he was out in the forest and he ran into an old woman that everyone was calling a witch. And the woman was carrying something heavy on her back. And she was living in the forest by herself. And out of kindness, he went to the woman and he took her load and he carried it all the way home for her. And he didn't want anything. He just wanted to help her just out of kindness. And he didn't know that old woman was never a person that was actually there. That old woman was, I'm just going to use angel. That old woman was an angel that was testing his spirit. They had another name for this woman, but I can't think of it right now. So I'm using angel to give you an idea. The woman was an angel and she was testing this man's spirit. And when she saw how kind he was, she put her hands on his head and she prayed over him and told him he would be blessed and gave him some kind of gourd and said that anytime you need money, you can take from it. And it's only visible to you and no one will see it except for you. And you become successful. And the man went off back to his village. And when he came back because he felt weird after that interaction with the old woman, and she was gone, her hut was gone, her fire, everything was gone completely, no trace of her. Okay? Now, the gourd that she gave him, he started taking money out of it and he was able to purchase enough goods to open a store, and he became very wealthy and famous throughout his whole village, okay? Long story short, in the end, his uncle died, and his uncle's wife ended up in poverty, and her children left her, and she had nothing, and she was struggling, and he became a wealthy man. And she came to him, and she asked him for food, and she apologized and asked him to forgive her for mistreating him when he was a boy. Uh, and he sat there, and what he told her was, after sitting for a while, he told her, you taught me wickedness and evil. That's what you taught to me. And what he was saying basically was, we are conditioned in our childhood for how we should allow people to treat us. And then it sets the stage for how we will behave throughout our life, the course of our lives. Okay. But he said, you taught me coldness, unkindness, and wickedness. That's what you taught me by how you treated me. But my parents, before they died, they taught me kindness and love. And he said something that stuck me right in my heart. He said, I chose my path, he said, and I chose the path of love and kindness. In other words, he was a young boy, so he was taught lessons from both his parents and his uncle and his wife. So he had a choice in which path he could choose in life to follow. And he chose the path of love and kindness. Okay? So, and because of it, he got blessings. Okay? Whoever this person is, they did not understand your spiritual ranking when they interacted with you. Okay? And the reason they're closed emotionally to you is because they feel embarrassed, because they found out who you were after they disconnected and left you, or ghosted you, or left your life. Okay, they didn't know who you were until after you were already gone out their life. Okay, and you are one of those people whose identity is hidden to the people that you come in contact with on purpose. Just like the old woman in the forest, it's so funny, the old woman in the forest. I'm laughing because when I was a child, my father had recorded me telling a story. He was like, make up a story, tell a story, I'll record you. And I was real young. I even had an accent when I was younger. It's so funny. And I told a story. I said there was a little girl in the forest, and she didn't have no family. She did not have no family at all. No one loved her. No one wanted to be around her. And her family left her, and she was in the forest all by herself. And my dad, I remember, was like, wow, this is some story you're telling me now. What kind of story is this? It's a little girl, and she has no family, and no one likes her, and she has to go live in the forest. I said, yes, she lived in the forest all by herself, and her family went away from her, and nobody, blah, 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 blah. And it's so funny, that's what actually became my life. It's like your subconscious mind, even as a child, can predict your future, and they know what's going to happen to you. Because here we are almost 50 years later, and I've been talking about moving into the forest for the longest time. Now, I'm not in no forest, but you understand what I'm saying. And to be isolated from everybody and to not have any family, when I was a child, I was telling my own story of my soul, you know? Like, I already knew my soul, and I already knew my path, and I already knew my story. And it came from my imagination when I was just like talking about my story. You understand? And when I told my story, I didn't even know that I was talking about my life path and what my life would turn into. And oftentimes you hear stories about witches that always end up having to live alone in the forest, because for one reason or another, and it doesn't mean it's a bad person, but women that are accused of being a witch often end up all alone in the forest. Okay? And it's so funny, throughout my life, at different times, I've had a lot of people call me a witch, which is insane too. Okay. So, including my father and my mother. So either way, whoever this person is, you represent that type of energy where you're not supposed to reveal your spiritual identity when you run into certain people throughout your life. Because certain people that you run into throughout your life, you're bringing them some kind of a test to see and test their spirit, to bring them the test they need to determine if they will spiritually ascend or if they're going to get a demotion. That's why you're so protected. And this person feels like you humiliated them because you came to them vulnerable. You came to them looking and acting weak. And I don't mean like ridiculously weak, but when you interacted with this person, they only saw a very, very soft, cream puff, like soft side of you. Okay? So they, instead of treating you delicately, they saw it as an opportunity to trample over top of you. Oh, wow, you're going to be so easy to conquer and so easy to take control of and so easy to sacrifice, so easy to do all these things to. Oh, man, you're such an easy prey. That's what this person did. But the reason that you were in that soft energy with them was to give them an opportunity to show their heart, to measure their heart, okay? But you got a whole nother side to you. Now that brings me to the other story that I feel like I was guided to watch, because this is a story I actually did post on my YouTube, okay? I posted this one under my post, and it's a story about a young man that tried to sacrifice his girlfriend for wealth. Okay, but the problem is he didn't know that his girlfriend's grandmother was a witch. And not only was his girlfriend's grandmother a witch, but she gave her granddaughter some African waist beads to tie around her waist. And when she slept with her boyfriend, her waist beads started to shake. Like when she was still in the bed, her waist beads started to rumble and shake on her body. And if you want to watch the story, I posted it under my post. You can go watch it. And she called her grandmother and she told her grandmother, "My waist beads are shaking. Why are they shaking?" And her grandmother said, "Relax. Your waist beads are shaking because your boyfriend he went to a practitioner to sacrifice you for money, but he won't be successful." And she said, "Oh no." And she told her granddaughter, "Don't worry, just act like you don't know anything, be very sweet, and continue in your day to day." And every single day that he was supposed to sacrifice her, he was supposed to steal her underwear and her underpants and put it into this vase thing with some herbs that the practitioner gave him. He was trying to sacrifice her. So he needed some of her essence from her panties, okay? From her pants or panties. And he put it in this vase with the herbs. And the practitioner he went to said, "Don't worry, she's going to start coughing and she's going to lose weight. And every day she's going to start becoming sick." But he didn't realize the grandmother of this girl was a witch, a very powerful one. The girl wasn't, but her grandmother was. And instead, the curse reversed on him, and he immediately started coughing. And he started going to the bathroom, and maggots started coming out his bowels. And all these things started happening. And he ran back to the practitioner, and the practitioner was like, "Oh no, the woman that you're trying to sacrifice is the grandchild of a powerful witch." He's like, "Now the curse is reversed on you, and you're going to die instead." And they were like, "See, people were putting in the comments, you got to be careful with spiritual women. You got to be careful when you meet a woman that is spiritual, but she's loving and nurturing and kind and soft. and she's not abrasive, that's not a sign of weakness. That does not mean that she's a sucker, and that does not mean that you will be able to get away with whatever you want. You don't know what she's attached to, who she's attached to. You don't know who her grandmama is. Okay? You don't know who her family. You just don't know. So you best just go to work, get a job, and make your money the right way and stop trying to sacrifice women. Okay? But he tried it. He absolutely tried it. So this person, they found out that you were very spiritually powerful, that you had a very assertive nature. They found out that you are spiritually highly ranked, very highly ranked. And they did not find any of these things out until after they separated their energy from you. Okay? However, you and this person separated in the past, and now they want your forgiveness. Okay? And they want to come back around to you, and they're in a mental imprisonment over whether or not you forgive them. And the reason is because after you separated your energy from this person, because there was another woman that they were working together with, and they were going to try to sacrifice you. Yeah. And when this man tried to sacrifice you, he got bit in the ass. Okay? He tried to sacrifice you, but he got bit in the ass. And the woman that he was working together with to sacrifice you, they continued for a few years together to try to sacrifice you, and they couldn't. And this man was trying to do some kind of destiny swap with this other woman, and he that wanted him to get your energy for her. And when I tell you, I am so tired of these readings and the same energy that keeps on coming out of these men going out and getting these Instagram model prostitute type energies and trying to find holy women and trying to find spiritually evolved women and steal their essence and place it into their prostitute. Like they're trying to create the ultimate, power couple. I'm so sick of that foolishness. It's like they really, really, really act like they are the only ones that could fantasize about putting together the perfect mate. Okay? They're so childish and immature in their desires. A lot of these men function on the level of an 8-year-old boy. Okay? Because there are plenty of women out here right now. If they wanted to be childish too, they could go and if they could put a man together the way they want him, they would probably go find a 30-year-old Idris Elba or 30-year-old Morris Chestnut and put the brains and the bank account, put the brains of George Washington Carver in his head, and then give him Bill Gates' bank account. I mean, if we're talking about putting together a fantasy here, you understand what I'm saying? If we're talking about putting Right Fox that one, because these men sit up here and act like they are the only ones that fantasize. Okay? Oh, we fantasize too. Okay? Not just men. But they will sit up here and find a spiritual woman with a lot of power that's able to manifest, that's very creative, very strong, very intelligent and beautiful, and they'll try to destiny swap with some hoe or prostitute that they got off of Instagram or something like that, because that's their fantasy. I want to put together all of the parts of a woman that I want. Everything that I want, only I don't want her to have a brain, and I don't want her to do too much thinking, but I want her to have spiritual power, but I want her to look good too, but I want her to look like an Instagram model, and I want her to have a real big butt and real big breasts, but I want her to be dumber than me. I don't want her to be smarter than me, and I want this and I want that. No, you're not the only ones that fantasize. We fantasize all the time about a 30-year-old Idris Elba with the bank account of Bill Gates and the brains of George Washington Carver. And if we could put a Mr. Potato Head together like that, we would. But we're more mature than that. And we operate out of love, not out of being shallow, superficial, and dumb. Okay? So whoever this fool, this bozo is, they want your forgiveness now. Because for the past few years, they have been working with this woman and protecting this woman spiritually while she attacked you, in the hopes that she could get you off your spiritual throne, that she could get you into a decayed state, so that you would give up your energy and your purpose to her, and the destiny swap would be complete for his bimbo, for his prostitute. And he tried so hard, and your ancestors were so angry about this. And finally, he finally is giving up and finally realized that whatever he was trying to, he's losing all his money, or he lost all his money now trying to accomplish this stupid feat. So whoever this is, they've either already lost all their money because she's got such a polluted spiritual womb, she can't manifest anything. Foolishness and gibberish come out her mouth. Whole babble, okay? She's got whole babble on the brain, and whole babble comes out of her mouth, which means she thinks foolishness. She's an unhealed woman. Because she's an unhealed woman, she spends money like an unhealed woman. Someone that's emotionally codependent to others for approval and validation. Okay, someone whose self-esteem and self-worth, it does not come from within, because you have a strong personality and you're confident and you know who you are and you know what you represent and what you stand for, and you have a realized purpose in this world. She doesn't have any of those things. So she's an airhead. You understand? And because of that, her confidence is in the ground, because the only thing men like about her is her body and to have sex with her. But they don't like to talk to her because wisdom doesn't pour out of her mouth. You understand? Men don't like to have conversations with her or spend time with her unless they're having sex. But outside of that, she feels like she's not intellectual. She feels like she's not smart. She's not interesting, and all these other things. And this is the reason that her low self-esteem will have her to spend money on superficial things that are, and she's overly materialistic because she feels like she doesn't have any value. And because she doesn't feel like she has any real value, she buys big ticket items. She needs to drive a certain type of car and have certain type of name brand purses and shoes and clothes, because those things are where she finds her value and her self-worth instead of within herself. Okay? And this is the woman that gives him advice on how to spend money. And as you know, the woman that you sleep with and share a bed with, and the same with the man that you sleep with and share a bed with, that you're having sex with, they influence how you think, and they influence how you spend money. They influence how you spend your time and the decisions that you make. And it's done subconsciously because you're laying down and sleeping with someone, and your subconscious mind is open and very vulnerable after you have sex to the person that you're with and spending time with. Okay? And you take on a lot of their energy. So long story short, I'm going to jump into the cards. This person finally gets it that they can't do a destiny swap with a bimbo. Okay. They've separated their energy from whoever that other person is. And they're hoping that if they're patient enough, they will have an opportunity in the near future to come back in. But it looks like they're trying to come back in to sleep with you, to have sex with you. Now, I have abundance in the reverse. You're a very abundant woman, whoever you are. And I have failure here. Somebody failed to rob you of your blessings, rob you of your abundance, okay? Rob you of your star. Someone failed, and this man was attached to 3 other people, 1 man and 2 women. And these people traveled to your community that you live in, okay? And they were doing spell work as well together because they thought they were powerful, trying to harness your womb and your energy and trying to find a way to control you. But they were unsuccessful in their attempt. When I clarified journey, I picked up on a masculine and two women that physically came to where you live at to do spell work and to be within closer proximity to you in hopes that the spell work would work. But even with these people being within close proximity to you to try to call your energy from your womb, and I know you have to feel violated sexually as a woman to have people spiritually all trying to break into you. You understand? To have when you are a certain type of spiritual woman, you're going to be on the radar of all kind of witches and warlocks because of your light. Because your light is going to shine so bright, you're going to stay on the radar of witches and warlocks because it's your light and energy that they need to navigate on the spiritual realm to do their spell work and to light their way, to astral project, to do the things that they do. They need light and energy to do that. And they can't do these things without enough fuel, which would be your light and energy. And they don't have the type of light and energy that you have. And this is the reason why witches and warlocks seek out very spiritually abundant, mostly women with the womb, okay? So there's an older man here, okay, and two women that came very close to you that have been trying to harvest your womb so that they could have a payday for themselves using your energy to do spell work. Abundance in the reverse. So it did not work, and they've tried over and over again. They cannot crack the code, and they can't spiritually crack into you. And this man now wants your forgiveness, but he resents you because when he tried to come for you after you separated from him, it's like you made a fool out of him because that's when you transformed into your real form spiritually. That's when you showed him who you really were. And you were 10 times more powerful than he thought you were. He didn't think you were powerful at all when he was dealing with you. He thought you were vulnerable and he thought that you were weak. He thought that you were vulnerable and you were weak and you were a pushover and it would be like taking candy from a baby. But after you separated from him, then you allowed him to see who you really were in the spirit. And once he saw that, he felt like you're an old witch in the forest type energy. Like you tricked me. You came down here. You don't even live on this realm. That type energy. You understand? This man, he feels like you are like one of those old witches that, are in the forest that cross your path in one of them stories. And depending on how you treat them, depends on whether or not you're going to get a blessing or not. And it's really a trick. It's really a trick to test people's character, right? When you see somebody that looks vulnerable and weak, to see how you're going to act toward them. So he feels humiliated because he thought he was powerful, and he talked a lot of trash to a lot of people about how he was going to take advantage of you and use your energy and destiny swap you, and how stupid you were. All these things, he was talking big trash about you, but you were sent to this man because this man was actually one of your assignments. And they wanted to see if you looked vulnerable enough, how he would handle you. And he mishandled you. And it's because he mishandled you that he got very bad karma right now and is losing everything. Now he wants to come towards you, but he wants to come toward you to have sex with you because he still wants your energy, okay? And he wants your forgiveness because he feels you have some kind of spiritual contract with him, and he feels like he can't manifest abundance without being connected to you because you have a type of a spiritual inheritance. And he's thinking if he waits it out, eventually you're going to let your guard down. So this man thinks that you want him. Child, whoever this man is, he thinks that you want him. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull energy now. All right, what are the messages? What is the energy crowning this read? Child, these people be so far in their ego. Child, the ego be messing people up, I'm telling you. The ego, this is him right here. The ego messes people up so badly. This is the King of Cups right here. The Queen of Pentacles. He's very defensive right now because you embarrassed him. Because he told a lot of people, he got a reputation for what he does. Someone could be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and somebody could be water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And yeah, he's so defensive right now. He can't balance the situation with the Two of Pentacles reversed here and the Lovers reversed. He's separated from the airhead bimbo energy that he was connected to, trying to get your energy to destiny swap. What is the obstacle here? Okay. Child, why do people feel like they have to fool you? This person already knows that you are spiritually inclined and highly intuitive and highly ranked. This person knows that you are highly spiritual ranked because they've been spying on you. They have for years now. They have not let up on you. They're constantly spiritually monitoring you. This is someone that's been spiritually monitoring you and sending monitoring spirits towards you. And they've had eyes on you, watching you because you're an abundant woman. Again, so the obstacle is trying to create an illusion about the partner that they had that was in this very destructive, reckless energy toward you that they broke up with. Okay, what happened in the recent past? Because the reason they feel like you won't forgive them is because this man and his lover sat back. He sat back and he provided her with spiritual protection, and he was her spiritual covering while she unrelentlessly attacked you and worked with other people to just keep attacking your womb. This woman kept attacking you spiritually, attack. And he was spiritually covering her, being her cover. Okay? This man was supposed to be your spiritual covering. This man was supposed to spiritually protect you. But instead, the woman that was jealous of you because of your spiritual ranking, that wanted to destiny swap with you, he succumbed to his lower nature, to lust. And instead of spiritually protecting you, who really are spiritually ranked, okay, and being your covering, he protected her to make sure that had you retaliated on her, that nothing would hurt or harm her and nobody else would attack or do anything to her. So this man, not only was his girlfriend attacking you spiritually, but he was protecting her from everyone and everything to make sure no harm came to her. And that's why he wants to know if he can create an illusion about how horrible he was in what he was doing against you with this woman. What happened in the recent past? What happened in the recent past? This is why some of these men end up punished and bad things happen to them, because God will send partners for them, marriage partners and otherwise, and instead of taking their path, that especially if it's a spiritual man, instead of getting in alignment with the right partner that he's supposed to be with, that God ordained for him, what they do is, if they succumb to lust and get blinded by money and other lower nature things, carnal nature things, they start making bad decisions and they end up becoming the enemy of the person that God sent for them. And then the devil that came to tempt them in the form of a woman, they end up being her protector instead. And that's the reason these men get bad karma and end up getting locked up, going to jail, end up getting diseases, end up homeless in the street, going crazy, and all these things. Because a lot of times they reject their path. They reject their calling. They reject what they were really supposed to do because they fail to discipline and to master their sexual energy by practicing self-control and discipline over their lust, over their sexual energy, and otherwise. Okay, what happened in the recent past? And their ego. Usually their lust and their ego is what gets them in trouble. Their lust and their ego. What happened in the recent past? In the recent past, this person with this Three of Swords, something broke their heart. Something broke their heart and caused them to be very, very defensive. Ooh, tell me more. What happened? So they had their heart broken. Who broke their heart? Clarify the Three of Swords. Who broke their heart? Who or what broke this person's heart in the recent past? The Three of Cups reversed. So they were connected to possibly a group of women with that Three of Cups there. And they were heartbroken. What were they heartbroken about? They were heartbroken about some confusion or a disagreement or some kind of conflict or fight that they were having with that Five of Wands with an Aquarius. Clarify that wheel. They were in conflict about something. Somebody was very sad and depressed because they couldn't plan something. A Capricorn. Okay, so someone has heavy Aquarius and heavy Capricorn in their chart. Okay, and they couldn't plan something, and they were heartbroken. The group that they were a part of. So the group that this man was a part of, they were heartbroken because they could not get your energy from you, whoever you are. Okay. And they felt no one could stand their ground against you. Yeah, that's it. This man had a whole bunch of women. This man had a whole bunch of women that he was working with against you. And not one of those women could hold a candle to you. Like, all of the women this man was attached to, all of them, if you put all of them together, they still don't add up to one of you. You understand? They don't even add up to one of you. None of them could stand their ground against you, whoever you are, because of how high you're spiritually ranked. None of the women. Because they're all narcissists, unevolved narcissists that only are strictly left brain thinkers. Okay? These are women that don't have any empathy and compassion, that have shadow work to do. Okay? They're closed off emotionally, and they're very cold and bitter. They're very cruel. They're very mean. They're very deceitful. And all they do is use meaningless, childish strategies to try to deceive and to trick. But their energy is just so nasty. Their energy is so nasty, it's hard for them to fool anyone. Yeah. So they couldn't stand their ground against you. None of these women. So they were heartbroken. That's what they're heartbroken about. That's what he's heartbroken about. Someone is a Leo. And that's when he had to provide clarity, the Ace of Swords, to this Leo that I'm sorry. He had to tell her. He had to tell her, look, you And all these women in this poly circle, all of y'all together don't add up to one of her. I gotta be honest with you. I know. And you've brought a lot of women to our bed, a lot of threesomes. You've allowed me to be in a poly relationship because you're not enough woman for me. And you know your energy, your womb energy wasn't enough for me. You don't have enough light inside of you. You don't have enough power spiritually. That's the reason why you brought all these women to me. Because you knew you by yourself didn't have enough spiritual power for what I was trying to do. And even with all these low vibrational women that you brought to the bed and brought into our lives, talking about, oh no, we can get it done. Look at all of us. They still put together don't add up to the power of whoever you are collective. You understand? And this is the reason why these women went so hard to spiritually attack you. Because what does it do for your self-esteem to know you are a part of a group of women, maybe 3 to 5 women, and a man to tell all of them, even if I put all of y'all together and utilize all your energy, it still does not even come close to the energy that I need and the light and the spiritual power of that divine feminine over there. All of y'all do not add up to one of her. And I hate to admit that. I don't want to admit that because I like the attention. I love poly relationships. I love having multiple women stroking my ego and doing this and doing that. I love that. But at the end of the day, I can't get the energy and the spiritual power that I need from y'all. Y'all are not enough. It just is what it is. So the love is reversed. So this man is now thinking that if he completely separates, so whoever this Leo is, this Leo woman, this is the woman that brought all the other women to him because she knew that her light and her power spiritually, she didn't have any. So she wanted to get your power, but she needed help. And she got a whole bunch of her friends that are sexually fluid, and they were fulfilling this man's sexual desires, all these women, and hoping that that would be able to keep him happy, content, satisfied, and stop him from wanting to come towards you. You understand, spiritually. Because he's like, look, what you need her for? Look at all of us. Forget her. Matter of fact, we can take her energy and give it to you, all of us together. But it was a big fail. But he sat there and gave them the time and an opportunity to try to take what God gave you and what came from you doing your shadow work and having a pure heart and a pure mind. And he wanted to take that from you, okay? The love is reversed. So he finally is being honest with his little, what would you call this? I know a coven, but it's another name, not a brothel for his women. Well, either way, he got a bunch of women. But all of these women are through the main woman that he chose, which was the Leo. And the reason she brought all those women to him was because she doesn't have any spiritual power. None. No spiritual power on her own. Okay? The lover's reverse. Okay? So he separated his energy from all of the women and from that Leo because he's been trying to do rituals. He's been trying to get his money up, to invest, to get good job. He's been trying to do the things that he does for money, where he would use a woman's energy. And even with all those women he connected to, he's still going broke, and he can't get it done. You understand? He needs your energy. So the spell work that they've been doing on you, it just keeps on backfiring. Tell me more. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles energy. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this might be an Aquarius, man or woman. Okay, something is not going in this Aquarius favor right now. Tell me more about the situation with this Queen of Pentacles, please, and thank you. Okay. So there is someone that is very obsessed right now about attacking you day and night, day and night, day and night, okay? Someone could have a Capricorn placement in their chart, but they're in some very reckless and destructive energy about stopping you and stopping your life, because these people entered you in some kind of ritual they did, promising your energy or using you as a high priestess as collateral for something that they were trying to do. And if it doesn't work out the way they want it to work out, something bad might happen to these people. They're stupid, okay? They've been working. So this Aquarius energy has someone that's very obsessed and reckless, doing spell work on you day and night right now, like in real time. And they keep working together, the power of three. They keep on working together with these energies. These are people, the King of Pentacles reverse, are people that are overly materialistic and selfish and will do absolutely anything for money. These are superficial people that are very surface level, okay? And they keep on hiring these people to do spell work on you around the clock because they think that whatever result or outcome that they want in the end, they think it's going to happen. They think they're going to get whatever it is that they're trying to get from you in the end. Okay. But yeah, they're not getting out of it. They're not, whatever they're trying to get out of it, somebody can be another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. They're not getting out of it what they want at all. They keep taking action, but I feel like someone doesn't have the same energy because they're getting tired because they're not getting the results they want at all. At all. Sorry, y'all. I anoint myself, before I start. Whew, and all that oil start to work its way down my forehead. What is the Six of Pentacles reverse? Yeah, these people are powerless. That's it. I don't even got to go no further. So with that Leo strength card energy, yeah, that's it. These people keep taking action, but they don't have any power at all whatsoever. They're powerless. That's the Six of Pentacles. What they're putting in, it's not an equal exchange. You're very powerful. You are way more powerful than all of them. So it's not even an equal fight. I don't even think that you know that you're in a fight. I don't think you even know these people are attacking you. Hilarious. Okay. Okay. And now here he goes. Okay. So the Emperor, that's whoever this person is that wants to come toward you. Let me clear this. So this King of Cups is an Emperor energy that wants to come toward you because they think that they're going to be able to have sex with you or something like that. I'm going to pull some cards. They're watching you. They're watching you because they're waiting for some sign from you that it's okay to come towards you. Holy Spirit, what is this Emperor's intentions toward whoever you are, the High Priestess? Because you came out as a High Priestess energy, okay? Wasteful. What is this Emperor energy? Someone could have Aries in their chart. This is someone that's shallow and surface level. What is this Emperor's energy indifferent to the situation? They don't care. They're an opportunist. They're an opportunist, and they just want to go where the money is. Clarify this Emperor's energy toward the High Priestess. Clarify this Emperor's energy toward the High Priestess. Sorry. They're haughty. They're haughty. They don't want to let go. I won't and can't let go. Their unhealed trauma from childhood verbal and emotional abuse, why they project. This person is in love with you. Child. But they can't distinguish between love and lust. What is the Empress energy toward the High Priestess? What is, Lord have mercy. Love, humble and haughty. They're traumatized and fragile. Financial curse or disaster. Unhealed, insecure, may project. They don't take accountability, and emotionally immature and irresponsible. So whoever this person is, they don't want to let go of you. They have very strong feelings for you, but they're very narcissistic. Clearly, they're an opportunist. This person does not take accountability for their action. Like they don't. If you try to explain accountability to them, they don't understand accountability. They don't get it. A funny thing, these people in the African folklore story that I posted on my page, the young man that tried to go to a practitioner to sacrifice his girlfriend for money, whose grandmother was actually a witch, in the story, later on, when he was coming back to their apartment, the grandmother told her granddaughter to come to the village and stay at the house, and she was going to handle him. And the grandmother went like she was the big bad wolf in Little Red Riding Hood, and she was sitting on the bed looking all sexy, waiting for her granddaughter's boyfriend to come home. Now, I told you the grandmother was a very powerful witch. So she cast a spell on that young man so that when he looked at her, all he would see was his girlfriend. So he thought he was looking at his girlfriend, but he was looking at the grandmother. And then he slept with the grandmother in that bed, child. Child, you have to watch that story. He slept with the grandmother on that bed. And after he slept with her, either his penis disappeared or it went limp and he could never use it again. Like never, ever, ever use it again. And something, and then the spell work came off his eyes and he saw it wasn't his girlfriend, but it was actually the grandmother. And he was like, oh my God, what happened? Child, y'all gotta watch it. It is hilarious. But this person, they're very they don't take accountability. If you try to get this person to take accountability for the horrible things they did against you with these other women, they will play stupid. They're not going to want to talk about it. They don't want to. They'll lie. They'll try to. Is there something else I can do? Anything but take accountability. This person is a financial curse or disaster. They're traumatized and fragile. They're humbled now, love, but they're still haughty. They still have a bit of an ego. They don't know how to distinguish between real love and lust. And they also have unhealed trauma from childhood verbal and emotional abuse why they project. Okay? And this person is still watching you. They're watching you and they're waiting for an opportunity to come towards you. What is it that they want with you? So they want to come toward you. They walked away from somebody. They could have walked away from somebody, a Pisces, or someone has a Pisces placement in their chart. The Page of Cups. They can't move to calmer waters. What's going on? Are they crazy or something? Mental health? I did pick up on the energy of an emperor yesterday that was having a mental health crisis that was trying to come toward you. So I'm wondering if I'm picking up on the same energy. This man might be having a mental health crisis, but he shouldn't have done spell work on you with that other woman because now he's going crazy. And it's interesting because that's what happened in that movie I was watching earlier, the folklore. The young man, he went crazy. And the only way that the grandmother would take the enchantment off of him is if her granddaughter forgave him for trying to sacrifice her. Now, the grandmother didn't forgive him, but the granddaughter had forgiven him. And then her foolish behind went back with him. Child, it was a mess. Nonetheless, yeah, someone didn't get what they were expecting. What's the Two of Swords? The Devil in the reverse. Okay. They didn't get what they were expecting, and now they want to make a decision. What's the Page of Wands? Clarify the Page of Wands. Okay, they've ended a conflict with whoever that other woman they were attacking you with, and they had to be. So it's like they sat down and they had an honest conversation with whoever that third party was, and told them, "I can't be with a woman like you. Your womb is polluted spiritually, and I can't manifest anything long term with you because of your mindset." Now, and they think that that's going to allow them to come toward you as an opportunist and use your good energy to manifest with. They pulled their energy back from a younger earth sign too, and now they're isolating themselves. Ciao, bye. All right, what are the messages? Holy Divine Spirit, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's really, really good. You know, these storylines are really, really ridiculous, and I'm getting so tired of them. You know, because they spend years trying to help another woman to make you into a third party, make you into their sex slave, force you to give your energy up to them, try to destiny swap and doing all this foolishness. And then when they finally realize you chose an unhealed woman, you did that. Emperor, Aries, you chose an unhealed woman. An unhealed woman spends money foolishly. Do you understand? The reason an unhealed woman invests money poorly and she spends money foolishly is because she has low self-esteem. So she has to buy things and spend money in such a way because all of her value goes into things that make her feel important and make her feel good about herself. Because she does not feel good about herself all on her own. And she's extremely emotionally codependent on other people for approval. So she's going to spend money and be overly materialistic because of a lack of self-esteem and confidence in who she is as a woman. You understand? And that's who you chose. And that's why your finances are in the garbage and are in the toilet now. An unhealed woman, okay, that's not balanced, doesn't have a balanced ego. And because her ego is not balanced, you know, she's not practical when it comes to your finances. You understand? And she's a narcissist. So she's selfish and she doesn't care about anyone but herself. And she lacks empathy and compassion. You chose an unhealed woman and now you're broke. You're wondering why you went broke when you married or got in a relationship with an unhealed woman. And now you want to come back to the divine feminine, who's a healed woman that does not spend money out of ego, but practicality, because her self-esteem is in check. And she's humble, and she has a meek spirit. Ciao, bye. He's under spiritual judgment. What are the messages? Third eye. I don't know. You might have the third eye active. You might have some spiritual abilities that other woman was jealous of, or your intuition. Yeah, I keep getting third eye over and over again. Okay, I'll pull third eye. Yeah, you might have some spiritual insight that, to you that this other woman was jealous of. All right, the third eye or the first eye, the color of the third eye is violet. Okay. The element of the third eye is light. Okay. And it's our connection to the spiritual realm, to foresight, insight, into higher intuition. All right. All right. What did y'all want me to pull out about this third eye? Clarify the third eye, please, and thank you. Oh. Somebody might be having vision issues right now. Okay. Third eye blocked. Somebody's third eye might be blocked, has fantasies that appear more real than reality, overindulgence in psychic fantasies and illusions. Third eye attachment. Somebody might have an entity attachment feeding in their third eye. The affirmation for the third eye is I am open to inner guidance. Universal knowledge is within. I see with inner guidance and clarity. I recognize knowledge comes from within. Okay? Somebody might be doing spell work on someone's third eye right now. So I feel like somebody might be doing spell work to block somebody's third eye and to cause them to have vision issues. Okay? Somebody might be doing spell work to try to block somebody's intuition. Okay, what is this third eye? Clarify the Four of Wands reverse. Somebody that can't plan something. Who's doing spell work to block someone's third eye? Who is doing spell work to block someone's third eye? The Page of Swords. Someone could be an air sign. Yeah, a narcissist. Whose third eye are they trying to block? Someone that they're expecting or waiting. All right, the Queen of Swords, someone could have air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Someone's trying to block someone's third eye here. The Queen of Swords can be an official person of some kind, someone that enforces laws or rules, or somebody that could be putting boundaries in place. The Lover's reverse. What's the Lover's reverse? They're trying to block somebody from seeing. Okay. So whoever this Empress X is, they're trying to do spell work on him to block his intuition and his third eye. Oh, okay. So they're doing spell work to try to block his third eye. But they're not getting their wish fulfillment. He was able to balance it. Okay. So the Queen of Wands reverse. Okay, that's that prostitute energy he was with. Since he was honest with her and he told her that he couldn't move forward with her because her womb is polluted, she's been doing spell work to try to block his third eye. Wow, her and an Aquarius. So the two of them together, these two women that he chose have been doing spell work to block his third eye. But it's not going the way they want it to. It's not working the way they want it to. Okay, so they let it go and they released it. Okay, so they can't persevere. So they were trying to block this man's third eye. So this man might have some kind of spiritual ability or gift or heightened intuition. All right, what are the messages? Uh-oh. Somebody went to the doctor and didn't tell nobody. Child, when I tell you, karma's here. It's karma time. What are the messages? Okay, so this might be someone that's bisexual. I'm not gay no more. I've been delivered with the letter T. This man or woman is a big fat liar. Okay, so this might be someone that, I don't know, they might be bisexual and they might have told people that they're no longer bisexual, but they might actually still be bi or whatever. No judgment. You don't know nobody's story. This is an online scammer. Oh, y'all want me to identify them? Okay. They really want me to go all the way in and identify this person. Okay, no problem. They said use the other one. Okay. No problemo. They said use these. All right. Who is this person that went to the doctor and didn't tell nobody that's bisexual? Somebody might be from Venezuela. Clarify, who is this person that went to the doctor? Somebody might be from Virginia. Somebody might work for the Social Security office. Somebody could be of West African descent. Somebody might live in the DMV or Virginia. Somebody might live in the DMV or Virginia. Somebody might have ties to Colorado. Somebody could be Haitian. Somebody might be Haitian. I keep seeing Dubai and Ethiopia. Russia, Ethiopia, Dubai, England. Who went to the doctor and didn't tell nobody? Overseas, on an island. Okay, so this might be somebody overseas on an island. Who went to the doctor and didn't tell nobody? Okay. Tanzania. Oh. Fine. Somebody might have homes in Tanzania, England, and Dubai. Somebody has real estate property in multiple places. Tanzania, Dubai, and England. Somebody might be a judge. And Haiti. That's it. That's what else I had, Haiti. The other one was Haiti. All right, who went to the doctor? Someone's coworker. Who's this person that went to the doctor and didn't tell nobody? Okay, somebody might be of Central African descent. Somebody might be of Central African descent again. Somebody might be a boss at their job of Central African descent. Somebody might be Puerto Rican. Somebody could be from Australia. Who went to the doctor and didn't tell anybody? Who went to the doctor and didn't tell anybody? A West African. Okay. Who went to the doctor and didn't tell anybody? The NSA. In the occult. Got it. All right. So there might be a West African that's bisexual, that is an online scammer that steals money. And of course, because they work for the NSA, they went to the doctor and they didn't tell anybody. They went to the doctor and they didn't tell anybody. They wanted me to identify who this was, okay? This person might have property overseas in Tanzania. They might have property in Dubai, England, or they might have some residence in England, Dubai, Tanzania, and Haiti popped out too. But we're talking about this West African energy right here. So what happened with this went to the doctor, the cancer practitioner? Okay. So we got a West African cancer practitioner here that went to the doctor. They didn't tell anybody that they've been going to the doctor. The hermit reverse, and they're very depressed. Oh, that's right. This is a West African practitioner that's bisexual, okay? Most likely because of the rituals that they have to do for power, okay? Because they're part of the occult. And, you know, most of these people that are in these occult, most ritualists are bisexual. The Ace of Swords, Yeah, this person went to the doctor because they're sick right now. Something's going on with them. What's going on with them? There they go again, the Chariot. All right. And they're very defensive about it. Okay. So they are very, very defensive right now about something. And someone is being very childish, a Taurus, or this could be the cult that they're connected to. Clarify, what's this Hierophant energy? Clarify the Hierophant. Somebody that's not happy with their results. The Three of Wands is talking about results. So, and who is the Hierophant? Is that, okay. The Hierophant is the people that were a part of this cult that they were a part of. They're not happy with the results. They're not satisfied. So whoever this West African practitioner is, they promised them some kind of outcome where they would all become very wealthy. But it didn't work out the way they thought it would. So now this West African is sick and they're going to the doctor, and I don't think they have the support they need from the members of their cult that they're a part of with that Hierophant energy because they're mad they didn't get what they wanted. Well, what do you expect? You know, if you lay down with dogs, you're going to catch fleas. Ain't that y'all thing? No empathy, no compassion, hate, no love, unforgiveness, unkindness. Isn't that like pretty much y'all anthem? Isn't that how y'all roll? Don't y'all tell people, welcome to the jungle? You know, it is what it is. You know, aren't y'all supposed to unempathetically attack and take what you want from whoever you want to take it from, like a predator with no emotion and no feeling? You know, these are the type of people that you have surrounded yourself with. Ruthless, unempathetic, uncaring, backstabbing type people that all band together to take from the sappy, loving, high-spirited, high-vibrational, vulnerable suckers out there, right? Y'all band together because y'all are thugs. Y'all are spiritual thugs. So when you get into a vulnerable place in your life, when you need someone to hold your hand, when you need someone to bring you some fresh fruit, you understand, and maybe some fresh alkaline water, so you got something going on here, you got to go to the doctor. When you need someone that you can confide with, or just somebody that their energy alone, they can support you just by sitting in a room with you. They don't even have to talk, but their presence alone brings you comfort. You know, you need good people that you can trust, that know what to say or not say, you know, that are full of empathy, compassion, and love, you know, that can put you into comfort when you're going through something and emotionally support you. We're saps. We're saps, right? This person now needs emotional support from his cult. The ruthless hyena gremlins that are known for being in the jungle and just attacking people. It's a dog-eat-dog world. But they're in a vulnerable state right now. And they could use somebody that has some empathy or some healing hands or even some healing energy. They could use it. They don't want to admit it, but they could use a good friend right now that won't stab you in the back, that you can trust. But instead, they're being circled by hyenas that are like, hey, we did need a sacrifice. Hey, we were not able to sacrifice any divine people, but hey, one of our people are weak. Maybe we could sacrifice him. He's in a weakened state. That's the type of people you want to be surrounded by, right? The Three of Pentacles reversed. So someone's not working with these people anymore, okay? Because they couldn't create an illusion. What else? And what's the Two of Cups? They want to connect with, who's the Nine of Pentacles? Clarify the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Someone that got unstuck, a Nine of Pentacles. This could be someone that's independent, but they have strong boundaries, the Queen of Swords. Okay. Who's the Queen of Swords? the Nine of Pentacles. All right, somebody could be an air or earth sign or have both in their chart, or somebody could just be single right now, but have very, very, very strong boundaries. They want to connect with, I don't know if this is your energy. What do they want to connect with this Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles for? Because they can't defend themselves. They can't fend for themselves right now. So this person is in a weakened state and they can't fend for themselves right now. What's the Four of Pentacles and the Strength card? You're strong. You're powerful. You're strength. I feel like they want to hide in your energy. That's what I'm getting. With that Strength card and this Seven of Cups right here, I feel like this person wants to hide in your energy. I feel like they want to try to hold on or grasp onto you with the Four of Pentacles because of your strength and power. I think they want you to cover them right now, like spiritually, or protect them. Whoever this West African is. It's the King of Pentacles reverse. They feel defeated because they cut somebody off or somebody cut them off. Child, these people don't have no loyalty to nobody. All right, clarify this West African energy that went to the doctor and that's in a weakened state. All right, clarify this West African that went to the doctor. All right, they have poor communication skills. So this is the person that always has the throat chakra issues, that can't speak up for themselves. They've been humbled. They have been humbled by life. Okay, but they're very confident and secure right now. Tell me what their intentions are for the Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles right now. All right, they feel like they were a victim. Okay. They feel like you're full of joy. They're very insecure and will project. Love bomb. What does this person want from the Queen of Swords? They don't love you. You give a good narc supply and they're malicious and cold. Child, what you're seeing right now is a whole bunch of people getting karma. What you see right now is a whole bunch of people that are getting their karma, and all these little zombie energies are kind of moving around now because they need help. They need help, and they're trying to hold on and grasp on to whoever or whatever they can. Some of them might have addictions. These roaches are dying. Give me a final message, Holy Spirit. I'm over this. Give me a final message. Keep these roaches out your energy. Okay? The Five of Pentacles, keep these roaches out your energy, all of them. Look, I posted a video a little while ago. I like to post a lot of those videos that just talk about, different ways that these witches and warlocks find ways to do spell work and to try to bind you to contracts. And I posted one particular video that was talking about access. They were like, you could do all the prayer points and get up and pray at midnight, and you could do all the praying and tarrying you want. But if you give them access, then they have legal spiritual grounds and right to attack you, and they can get you because there are certain laws that govern the universe that they go by. So be careful what you say with your mouth. Oh, be careful, little mouth, what you say. Oh, be careful what you say. There's a Father up above looking down on us in love. Oh, be careful, little mouth, what you say. Right, y'all know what I'm talking about. You got to be careful what you say. So if you say something negative self-talk about yourself, those witches and warlocks, especially those ones that do a lot of work on the spiritual realms and planes, they can take what you said and hold it up as law and take it basically to the universe and say, they said it out their mouth. I just want to bind them to this contract that they said out their mouth. You have to be very, very careful what you say out your mouth. And you have to be careful about access, because you could pray all night and all day, and you can still get attacked, and they can still get you if you give them access. How do they get access? They get access through weakened points. The only way they can access you is if you open the door. How do you open the door? Through people, places, and things. If you're in their territory, in one of their locations, you're giving them access, okay? Because you might open and eat their food, or you're opening up doorways by not kicking them out your energy completely. If you keep contact and continually be friends with somebody that has negative intentions for you, like if you have a fake friend, but instead of completely cutting all ties with them, you let them come around because you get lonely from time to time, or a family member, these are access points, because they can utilize anyone that you come in contact with to try to find a way to access you energetically, to cause you a spiritual imbalance. So you have to cut all access points. So basically, you treat these witches and warlocks like demonic narcissists, because we know narcissism is demonic. And we know once you escape from a narcissistic family or friend or relationship, you know you have to cut all access to that narcissist. You understand? So when we talk about access and legal rights and contracts, spiritual contracts, the witches and warlocks, only if you give them access. A narcissist cannot destroy and tear up your entire house unless you let them in to talk. A young lady was, I think, almost beat to death and shot by her boyfriend, her ex, because she allowed him to come in the van, or she got in the van with him because he just wanted to talk. After they broke up, she knew he was a narcissist. She knew he was abusive, but he talked her in to allowing him to come into her personal space to have a conversation with her. And then he shot her all that many times. How did that man hurt that woman? How did that demonic narcissist? Because she gave him access. She gave him access by allowing him to explain himself. You know, that how narcissists are long-winded, and they want you, they want you to listen to their word salad and rhetoric. And once she got away from that man, she should have kept running and never turned around again, especially once you know it's a narcissist. Because if a narcissist feels like you're going to get away from them, they're going to try to kill you. Narcissists need their supply, and they lose it. They'll completely try to destroy your life if you're escaping from them. So the same way, you cannot give a narcissist access to you, which means sometimes you might even have to cut off innocent people, friends, because they're still open to that narcissist. You understand? You have to block and cut all pathways that give access to you when you're going through spiritual warfare. So that means even on social media, anybody in that narcissist family, anyone connected to that narcissist that is connected to you, even if they never did anything to you, you might have to block them because of the type of relationship they have with your narcissist. You understand? So that they won't have any access. So it's the same thing here with all of these warlocks, witches, and demonic people that have been trying to hop toward you, that are going through hell and high water. They are going to try to find access to you. And you've already managed to completely create an ocean between, a spiritual ocean between you and them. There's no reason for anybody from your past, if you've been under any kind of spiritual warfare and demonic attack, there's no reason for anyone from your past to try to connect to you, to contact you. I just want to apologize. Cash at me, make a bank deposit. No, I just want to know if I can take you to lunch. I know we'll never get back together. No, you can't even see me. You don't give these demonic people any access. You don't let them hear your voice if you can help it. You don't let them see your pictures if you can help it. You don't let them know where you live at if they don't know where you live. You don't meet them nowhere. You don't connect to anyone that knows them. No access. Then, see, if that girl was never in that van, he would have never been able to shoot and hurt her. I mean, God bless her. I'm happy she survived. But if she never gave him any access to her, he wouldn't have been able to do what he did. You understand? It's access. It works in the spiritual realm too, the same way. Don't give them any access. Your voice, they already had an opportunity to hear your voice, and they acted like a damn fool. They already had your energy and your healing energy around them. They already had access to be able to see you, visualize you, to sit down and have lunch with you. You're done. You don't need closure or nothing. They've already had all those things in the past. They don't need anything from you but your energy right now, because all of them made bad, horrible decisions that have them broke with disease, sickness, illness, and they're in their season of karma, and they're looking for a lifeline to hook and sink into, that something that has oxygen, something that has healing energy, something to give them life right now. But when they had money, they sold and poured all their time, energy, and money into these empty bags. These women with these spiritually broke wounds that are unhealed, they poured all their money. They were fixing the flat tires and shoveling snow, and when there were power outage and storm and natural disasters, and people needed help around the house, because craziness was going on, they was up under karmic control, and they was there supporting and helping during floods and any craziness going on, COVID, the shutdown. They were out there fully supporting financially and physically with their energy and time, karmics and karmics' children. And now that they don't have money, now that they're sick, they want someone that's financially responsible, healed, and has healing hands and healing energy. Hell no. Absolutely not. You better not let anybody reach out for anything from you. When anything was going on in the past years, these are people that were not there for you. They were pouring all their money, time, and energy into karmics, men and women. So right now that they're going through their karma, now they're looking for someone that's reliable, that's stable, that's emotionally mature, someone that actually has empathy and compassion, and that can speak life into you. They're looking for all of that now. Child, bye. Their mama probably don't like them. Final message. Their mama probably don't like them either. Child, where do you think they learned it from? All right, final message. Child, during a snowstorm, he with the karmic, making sure that he's shoveling for her and her kids, making sure if you live in that type of region. During flood, don't worry, I'll wade through the water to bring groceries back. I'm there for y'all. During this blackout, I'm here for child. And now that he need help, or now that she need help, now they want to come back around to people that are responsible, that have all the qualities that a divine masculine or a divine feminine would have. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, somebody couldn't do anything for him at all whatsoever. This Page of Wands, this could be a younger fire sign. All right, give me 3 cards to end this read. Ciao, bye. Yeah, they're saying with that 5 of Pentacles reverse, do not allow any of these people access. Because if you do that, then you have made a spiritual agreement. The minute you give any of these people access to you, and I'm not talking about somebody coming and breaking in your house. I'm talking about, it's like a narcissist saying, I just want to come over and apologize. And you let them in, and they turn him into Hammer Man. And they come in with a hammer behind their back, and they knock all your windows out, and they break all the tables in your house and all the glasses in your dish. And you're like, get out my house. I'm calling the police. Get out, get out. And by the time the police get there, they destroyed half your house. How did they do it? You gave them access. If you never said yes, when you make a contract with a spiritual practitioner, you have to say yes. You have to say, I accept. You understand? So when they ask, can I come over your house? You said yes. And then you opened the door. That's giving them access spiritually and physically. And whatever happens after that is your fault. The Four of Wands. Final message. All right, we got the King of Pentacles. Final message. Woo. Child. Sorry, give me a sec. Don't y'all laugh at my thing on my head. All right, I believe this was in the reverse. Okay, somebody right now might not be able to recover, that might have tried to make an offer of some kind. This might be a Libra. Yeah, somebody's not doing good right now. Somebody could be sick right now. Child, I told you. Them demons, they stay demoning. They gonna demon to their death. Let them demon till they die. Let them demon till they die. Those demons and diseases. Final message, Holy Spirit. Oh. All right, right now. Oh, something's happening real. Oh, wow. Something's happening right now. Child, something going on with somebody like right now, something like their health. Somebody's health might be declining like super fast right now. Well, they were told to stop, but no, it's never enough. Yeah, never enough. Like Luther. Yeah, they're going through an imbalance right now, and they've got to pull back from whatever they were doing to you. And Aquarius. Child, these people are sick. These people are sick right now. They are not recovering. Yet something got returned to sender, or something got blocked. When they made that last spiritual offer, it got blocked. And they're sick. Child, because they stupid. They made an offer, a death spell. Okay. So they made an offer to sacrifice you with no power. Ha! They made an offer to try to sacrifice you. Wow. And somebody, a younger person was supposed to start a fight with you. There's a younger person that was supposed to try to start a fight or something with you, and they was gonna make an offer to try to sacrifice you. Child, these people are crackheads. One final card. Crackheads. Now, spiritual crackheads. It's over for them. It's pathetic. Yeah, this group is done. One more card. Child, I'm gonna rename this. You defeated a coven. This could be a whole cult you defeated. Child, you defeated this cult. High Priestess. Yep. I saw it. I saw both of them. The Ace of Swords, and I saw the High Priestess. There you go. I see you. You was right here. I just saw you. No, I just saw you. You was right here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I know I saw you. The High Priestess and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you defeated this cult or coven. Yes, you did. That's it. It's over. You defeated this cult. You defeated them. It's over for them. They're all sick right now. I don't know. They could be vomiting. Whatever this last spiritual attack is they launched on you, they're sick right now. It's like, I feel like someone is vomiting. It almost looks like with the Temperance card reversed and this person sitting on the bed. You see with this person sitting on the bed, and you see how sickly my cards look, and the Temperance, it looks like this person sitting on the bed is like vomiting, like bleh. I feel like somebody's sick and vomiting right now. Ugh, all of them are sick. Child, yeah, spiritual crackheads. Guys, them demons, they stay demon, they gonna demon till their death. Demons and diseases, let them demon till they die. Hey, I am QUAN, and this is I Have No Cut Cards Tarot. Don't forget, guys, we do have to forgive. We have to forgive for ourselves. so that we're not holding or housing negative energy. Because when we hold on to negative energy, all it does is lower our vibration. When we forgive, I know it's hard not to take it personal, but if you stop looking, and this is a practice that I'm working on toward mastery myself, stop looking at people as your family members and looking at them as people that you trusted that was supposed to be your friends and things like and whatever. Try to look at people as individual souls that got sentenced to the same prison that you've been in for a very long time. And these souls just don't know no better yet. Okay? Take away the identity from them for a minute. When you're practicing forgiveness, and this is something I'm working on right now, when you're practicing releasing negative energy and forgiveness, try to view the people that are coming for you and trying to bother you, try to separate them from their ego and from their identity and see them as a soul that is trapped, a soul that is trapped in a body where they have an ego that gave them this identity as your evil little sister or evil older sister or evil auntie or uncle. Just see them as souls that forgot, that came from somewhere else and forgot who they were. And because they're trying to survive on this earthly realm, they're like an animal right now. They're literally like an animal right now, okay? Until they can evolve and raise their consciousness and awareness enough to have more empathy and compassion and use their higher intellect. They're like animals, because remember, it's a soul that traveled here and got trapped inside of an animal body. And see them almost like a victim, okay? But not the way that you would think. You understand what I'm saying? Not victim in the way you would think, like, what? How are they the victim? I don't mean it like that. I mean, separate them from who they are, their identity and ego, and just see them as a soul that's a victim because they got trapped. They got trapped inside one of these bodies where you have to be able to tame your urges and tame your animal mind and your animal instincts. And you have to learn lessons in order to evolve and to grow. When you start seeing these poor, wretched souls like that, it makes it a little bit easier to forgive and to release negative energy. Guys, I'm Kuan Yin, and this is I Have No Cut Cards Tarot. You all have a blessed and safe weekend. I love you. You guys are the best ever.